Yo.
Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. If not, you know it is what it is. Now, big shout out to Deontay Wilder. Merry Christmas to him, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Because I just saw this article on Boxing News 24, and it looks like Deontay Wilder's ducking the Anthony Joshua fight for April because he prefers to fight Tyson Fury next. Deontay Wilder says it would be dumb to move forward from a draw against lineal champion Tyson Fury to scrap it out with Anthony Joshua in a unification fight at Wembley Stadium, right? So it makes more sense to fight Tyson Fury for no reason at all than to fight Anthony Joshua and potentially take all his belts and become undisputed at heavyweight, right? It makes more sense. Now, of course, Tyson Fury is the man who beat the man last, right? But aside from that, you know, we saw the first fight between Wilder and Fury, and for the most part, no one was giving Tyson Fury any chance of winning that fight, including myself. Now, I was very impressed with Tyson Fury's performance against Deontay Wilder, and I thought he beat Deontay Wilder, and that's my opinion. You can disagree with it, you can agree with it. It doesn't really matter to me because from what I saw, Tyson Fury won that fight. So in the rematch, excuse me, in a rematch between Wilder and Fury, you know, I would expect Tyson Fury to be even more sharp if it does come down to this happening. So Deontay Wilder doesn't want the fight with Anthony Joshua, even though he said that he would be open to negotiating with Joshua's team after the Fury fight, and he'd be open to a new offer. And I believe another offer was made to Deontay Wilder, but Wilder and his team shut it down. Now, if they're giving him double the amount of money that he made in a Tyson Fury fight, plus residual income from pay-per-view TV money, I don't see how that's a bad deal, right? Especially since Deontay Wilder seems to think he's the biggest fighter at heavyweight. You know, he seems to think that he's very delusional, but he thinks he's the biggest fighter in the world with the biggest name recognition, the cash cow of the heavyweight division, which he is not. And his pay-per-view numbers have told us the story that he is not a huge draw. Because if he was a huge draw, he would have been on pay-per-view before the Fury fight. The Luis Ortiz fight would have been on pay-per-view if he was a huge draw, because that was an enormous fight, right? So his team wants, from what I gather, you know, Wilder wants the negotiations between him and Joshua to be 50-50, right? He wants it to be fair, but it can't be fair, dog. Like, Anthony Joshua is the clear A side to you. You are the B side. You don't get to negotiate at the table 50-50 for drawing with Tyson Fury. You know, you don't get to do that. And many people around the world, like Paulie Mallet, there's tons of people who feel like Tyson Fury won the fight. You know? And it's cool if you thought Wilder won the fight or if you thought it was a draw. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not hating on any of that. But you know, I feel like there's more people out there who feel Fury won the fight than Deontay Wilder winning the fight. So, you know, personally, if Deontay Wilder was smart, take the money from Joshua, dog. Like, all you got to do, like, if you really believe that you're the man, like, if you really believe that you're that dude in the heavyweight division, you go to the UK, you fight Anthony Joshua, you take the offer that he's giving you, plus the residual income, you go in there, you knock out Anthony Joshua, you become the man, you fight Tyson Fury in a rematch, you beat the lineal champion, and you have all the other belts. Then there's no shadow of a doubt that you are the man at heavyweight. You are the top dog at heavyweight. But right now, it's debatable. Right now, it's very debatable. You know? You picked Tyson Fury, and let's be honest, you picked Tyson Fury because you thought it was going to be a cakewalk. What ended up happening was you got exposed, you got outboxed, and contrary to what people say, aside from them two knockdowns that saved you, you would have lost that fight. It was a draw. But, like I said before, I thought Tyson Fury won the fight. But let's get back into this Deontay Wilder ducking Anthony Joshua, man. Like his team is whack. Like, you need to find some new people to be around. Like Shelly Finkel. Like, this dude is stupid. Like, he's just making stuff up. Saying, oh, well, fights like this is a huge fight, right? But, in terms of the venue being in the UK, I don't see why they feel that the fight should be in the US. Well, I get it because they're all delusional, right? They feel that Wilder's the A-side or Wilder is Joshua's equal. But we've broken this down time and time and time again, right? Why Deontay Wilder is not on the level of Anthony Joshua. And this is purely from the standpoint of what they've done in their career, who they've faced, who they've beaten, okay? Anthony Joshua has accomplished more than Deontay Wilder. I mean, there's nothing to debate there. He's accomplished way more than Deontay Wilder. Look, if Deontay Wilder, and I've said this many times, if Deontay Wilder had a smart team around him, they would have fought Charles Martin when he won that IBF belt, right? Because that's a win. That's another belt. Like, he could have collected all these belts way before Anthony Joshua collected them, right? He could have been taking care of all this. I mean, he could have fought Klitschko when Klitschko had the belts. But he didn't. Because according to Wilder's team, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to fight Klitschko. This is what Shelly Finkel said. His handlers. He wasn't ready. He was still fighting bums with records of 2-50, So you can't tell me that Deontay Wilder deserves 50-50. Does he deserve a good portion of the pot? Yes, but he doesn't deserve 50-50. He deserves a flat fee plus upside from pay-per-view, right? Since he's such a big star, that means the pay-per-view is going to sell well, right? So the upside should be more than enough to compensate what you really deserve, right? So I just don't get this guy. Let's look at these other statements. Here we go. More Deontay Wilder jargon, right? It'd be dumb to just fight somebody else while you've already got a fight everyone is talking about. That'd be stupid. I'm going with Tyson Fury for sure. We've got to do the rematch. It got to come right back. It was a controversial fight, and when it's like that, you've got to come back. Deontay Wilder's statement. Now, does Tyson Fury want to fight with Deontay Wilder? Could he potentially be lured by Eddie Hearn to fight Anthony Joshua on April 13th? That could happen as well. But you got to weigh it. You got to weigh the pros and cons, man. Like, do you want to fight Tyson Fury again? Or do you want to fight Anthony Joshua and potentially become undisputed at heavyweight, which is a far bigger accomplishment at the moment than beating Tyson Fury? I understand you want to get that fight back, right? Get that win over Tyson Fury. And, the second fight, if it does happen next, which I doubt, I think Deontay Wilder is really targeting Dominic Breazeale next, if you ask me. I think that's who he's going to fight. But, Tyson Fury, that fight it's still right now it's a 50-50 fight. Like I said, I feel like Tyson Fury is going to come into that second fight if it does happen, and he's going to be way more prepared. He's already seen Deontay Wilder. He avoided that right hand for most of the fight, aside from the two knockdowns. He was getting a little overzealous in there, but again, layoff to fighting a couple of bums and getting in the ring with Deontay Wilder. Like, I don't take anything away from Wilder, right, in terms of his abilities in the ring, because at the end of the day, he's not the best boxer. He doesn't have the best footwork, but he is going to land that right hand at some point in that fight. It doesn't matter who you are, but he's going to land that right hand. He always does. But as we saw with Tyson Fury, a true champion was able to get up and withstand that sort of pressure and get back up, not get knocked out, right? So that's why you got to give Tyson Fury a lot of respect, man. After all that stuff he went through, and albeit, of course, most of it was self-inflicted, but to come back from a guy who's like 400 pounds, man, he was like 350 or something like that, right? But huge. In a year, he just shed the weight, got focused, and surprised everybody because nobody was picking Tyson Fury to beat Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder chose Tyson Fury because he thought it was going to be easy work. He thought that was going to be, see, it would have been easy work, right? Deontay Wilder's mindset. Tyson Fury just fought 2 bums, 2-year hiatus, easy work. 10 years from now, no one's going to remember that Tyson Fury was a drug addict, fat, not focused. No one's going to remember that stuff. They're just going to see the name Tyson Fury and be like, oh, Fury was undefeated at the time he fought Wilder and he lost. So he gets credit for that. Same with Luis Ortiz. Personally, I think that the Wilder win over Ortiz was great. But a lot of people can say, okay, Ortiz was an old man when he fought Wilder, right? But 10, 20 years from now, no one's going to be talking about how old Luis Ortiz was. They're going to see that he had an O in that L column, and that's all that's going to matter, right? They're going to see that he fought Luis Ortiz, got the W, fought another tough opponent, Tyson Fury, and hypothetically would have gotten that win had Tyson Fury not been prepared for that fight, right? And then segueing into a fight with maybe Joshua. But as it stands, Deontay Wilder and his team do not want that fight next. They're ducking Anthony Joshua. They want that fight with Tyson Fury again. Personally, I think they want to go the Brazil route and then maybe try to fight Joshua at the end of the year. But you can't say that Anthony Joshua was not trying to make that fight. They're trying to sit down with this guy and make this fight, okay? Shelly Finkel is not the appropriate person to be sitting down with the other side. Not to say that negotiation between both sides hasn't been a little fraudulent, and that goes for Wilder's team and AJ's team, right? But what's the likelihood of Wilder fighting on DAZN? I don't see it happening. There's going to be a lot to give in the negotiation process if we get this fight, man. But I don't know. I don't think we get this fight in 2019, man. It's on my list of fights to see, but we're not going to get it. Is there anything else in here I can talk about? This article's stupid, man. Oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, I heard they were booing Joshua at the, the Chisora Dillian White fight, right? But we know that's probably going to be the next fight for Anthony Joshua since Wilder don't want that fight. I really don't want to see that rematch, if I'm being perfectly honest. So this is Deontay Wilder's statement. I've been traveling nonstop since that fight, and you got to have the rematch because people are continually talking about it. There can't be no draws. There's a winner and a loser. All over the world, they're just talking. The heavyweight division is lit, so we got to keep it flaming up, keep adding that log to it to keep it lit. Yeah, but still, a fight between... This is what Wilder's going to do. You about to let this fight with Anthony Joshua slip through your fingers, because if Anthony Joshua fight Tyson Fury and he beats Tyson Fury, that's it. Like, that makes you look bad. And if he knocks Tyson Fury out, which he potentially could, because he's not just headhunting like you are, Anthony Joshua could beat Tyson Fury. It's a 50-50 fight too. At this point in time, I would say it's a 50-50 fight. But I think Anthony Joshua could beat Tyson Fury. I think he could. And I think he could knock him out. You feel me? And if he does that to Tyson Fury, then that means he just beat the lineal champion. And if this happens on April 13th, there's no doubt that Anthony Joshua was the man, because he beat the man that beat the man. Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko. AJ beat Klitschko, and if he beats Fury, there's no question who the man is at heavyweight. There's no question. Because of his complete body of work. Like, if he beats Tyson Fury and doesn't draw or lose, come on. What can you say about Anthony Joshua then? Because Deontay Wilder was supposed to beat Tyson Fury. Like I said, don't let Eddie Hearn and his team scoop up Tyson Fury for that fight. It's going to be a bad look for Deontay Wilder. He's going to look real bad out here in these streets. Real bad. But you all let me know what you think of Deontay Wilder ducking Anthony Joshua, because that's what it looks like to me. He don't want that work. Hitman Boxing, drop a comment, like the video. Happy holidays out there to everybody. If you made it this far to the video, We're going to drop a couple more videos right now. Hitman Boxing, I'm out.